Hi, and welcome back, or welcome to the Mindset and Performance Podcast. I'm Dries, a mindset and performance coach. I help athletes and young professionals with their career development. We work on a wide range of areas, from training to nutrition, but focus essentially on the mindset, as it is the key to everything else. The whole idea behind this podcast is to deconstruct the habits that led people to their success, to learn from their experience and understand psychology behind their actions and behavior, and of course, to know what kind of mindsets they have. Today, I am meeting Israel Llansola, a passionate surfer and a highly experienced athlete and trainer. He has long promoted the concept that surfing is treated as a sport and profoundly believes that it needs to be trained with discipline and adequate programming. Israel created Fetch, a surf training facility that offers an efficient and safe training program to improve surfing. It is designed to maximize the physical performance and train technical capabilities. Fetch is sustainable, environmentally friendly, and plastic-free business. We are discussing the importance of land-based surf training, Israel debuts as a coach, his inspirations, and how he intends to improve surfing as a sport and a lifestyle. I leave you to it. So, thank you for joining.
Thank you.
A big pleasure for me to have a conversation with somebody like you from your field. I think it's a very interesting part of surfing that a lot of people neglect. What do you do? A lot of people neglect that, sincerely. And I really wanted to join this conversation to understand who you are, but also how do you help people to become better surfers outside of the water, but also to understand where you come from and what led you to choose this field, for example. So when you meet new people, how do you describe yourself to them? What do you tell them?
Well, I'm introduced always from my name, of course.
Yeah.
I'm Israel from Spain.
Uh-huh.
I'm a coach for physical activity and sport, and I'm personal trainer, functional trainer, and physical coach master. This is my presentation when someone come to meet with me and want to ask something about the training, of course, because my life and my passion is about the sport, of course.
And then, so do you tell them which area are you specialized on? Do you tell them that I'm specialized, for example, in surfing, or I don't know, PTs, personal trainers can be different from weight loss, from this and...
Yeah, PT, it's of course, we work in all areas because there are different profiles for training. But I worked in specialize himself in surf because I'm surfer, of course. And at the beginning, when I start, always I wanna become better on the water. I wanna understand what happened in my body or what I need to pedaling better to make fast my takeoff, or to understand what's happening in my body when I make some turn.
I see. And then, so how did you start all of this? Like, did you know what you wanted to do when you were little already, or?
Well, I'm from a little town in Spain, 12 kilometers from the beach, and the surfing when I was young, it's not existing in my town. But I don't know why I feel very comfortable when I go to the beach. And of course, when I saw the first time someone in the board, I understand this is my passion, this is my life, of course.
Okay. And do you remember when was the first time you went to the water?
Well, the first time is thanks to Patrick Swayze and the film and Kenny Reeves.
That impacted us all. Me too.
This is amazing. I want to be Kenny Reeves, the police, the good police, not the bad guy to Robert and this. But this is the first when I saw the first thing in surf, and then when the fashion of surfer is coming to the Mediterranean Sea, of course I remember I wanted to be the best surfer in Mediterranean Sea.
That's nice. And then, so when you were little, did you know what job you wanted to have, or?
Well, always it's clear for me I want to coach because my dad, he was a coach.
Oh yeah, okay. What kind of coach?
Football. Well, it's soccer in this case. Soccer coach. Because his passion football, and I remember always when I was young, went to him to the match, and I remember how the training sessions, and I enjoy a lot how he could help to the people to keep his goals, and be best players, and how he trained us, how he talked with his players. I remember I have a good memories about this, and at the beginning I know I want to be a coach, of course.
He had a very good positive influence on you.
Yeah, sure.
Mm,
Well, all that's, no?
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
I hope, because now I'm that, and I want to be a good influencer for my
Yeah.
family, sure.
Yeah. Do you perhaps remember something that he was always saying that sticks in your mind now when you think of
Well,
the
my
things
dad,
that influenced you?
yeah, my dad always say a lot of things, but always he talked me about the constant work and
Consistent.
consistent, always about this.
Mm.
Yeah, sure,
Well, this indeed could be a really good positive influence to have that in mind.
sure.
Yeah.
Right now it's the good influence because we talk a lot times, and always he asks me how is around our business, our life, our family. Yes.
Is he taking a role of a mentor or not anymore?
Other mentor, do you know? Well, for me, always I try to look in a Scientology community about the sports.
Mm.
But if I have to talk about one of the most influence for me or mentor for me, for all that represents is Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola about the knowledge, the values, the kind of work. I wanna be same like this. For me, so it will be a pleasure to build similar like him, of course.
What's important to you about actually helping people? What does it give you to know these things about the body and help people? What does it give to you?
Well, always I try to give him all my knowledge about, and always I try to selection the good exercise for them.
Mm.
Of course, always in balance, in security and efficient exercise. And I try to talk with my clients about the only way if they want to improve or make something different, not only in the training, in his life. It's the same like my dad said me when I was young. The compromise, work, work early in the morning with passion, and you have to do the things that you want to do and you enjoy what you do.
So you're looking for actually joy also through your work by improving people's fitness and capacity.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So can you tell us a little more about Fetch?
Fetch.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Fetch origin signs in 2007 when I come back to live in Lanzarote, in Canary Island, and I opened my first surf school. In this moment, Fetch is, I remember it was present in my brain because I want to be different like the others, because I understand the surfing like a sport always, not like the experience or activity. And I remember my first session with my clients, I bring my board, my chairs, table, a lot of information, and I give him a lot of information about the meteorology, the sea. And in this time, I understand that not is the moment, because in 2007, surfing is not like now. Now it's real amazing. It's, of course, it's professional. We talk always about the athletes, and in 2007 it's different. Surfing it's most like a experience. Of course, the Fetch is my project at the beginning, but I understand I have to move when I start to work with Fetch. And then 2012 in Barcelona, established with working in personal training and training specific for surfers. I decided to change my life and start to work with Fetch. This time, we work in a gym. We use a swimming pool and a skate park to develop it all program. The program is Fetch Surf Concept, and this is the moment when I start real to train in only one way. Is develop it all surf skills.
Okay, all right. So you mentioned pool and skateboarding, right? So
Yeah, right.
I have some clients that when I ask them, like, what do you do off when there is no surf? They would say, for example, they would do boxing or they would do Muay Thai or they would do some kind of sport. But I believe like pool training and skateboard training could be maybe more effective for helping
Sure.
For example, why is skateboarding and the way you teach it maybe is better than some other sports for surfing?
Well, at the beginning, the people has to understand most of the 60% of the training of surfers is out the water. Okay.
Okay.
This is important that people understand because now the people continue thinking it's important to surf a lot every day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And for us, for the coach, the most difficult work is control the time rest. Okay. And then about the swimming pool and the skateboard, of course, the only way to learn some movements is about repetition, and not repetition without sense. It's repetition with my trainer and all the time correct my movements and my position. When you go to the water and you take a wave, you are far away from your coach, and it's difficult to make the transfer in this moment. When we work with a skate pad in a bowl, I can correct your position and I can repeat for a long times, and I can do different type of training depend on the plan of your coach. This is the real difference when you go to the beach or when you train under the plan of your coach, of course.
That's very interesting indeed. Yeah, it's a really good point. Then you can correct things directly there.
Directly.
Instead of maybe recording with the camera the surfing, and then when it comes out of the water, tell him the feedback. And it makes total sense.
Yeah, when you make video analysis, of course, it's amazing because you can help a lot. But for me, it's better if I can explain you and if I can show you what's happening in your body when you make a turn. Because a lot of things happen in your body when you make a turn. And I talk about the muscles, and I talk about the articular groups, and I talk movements like a chain. And this only I can do if I next to you, and if you can do for a lot times.
Repetition again, yeah. Okay. What about the pool training then?
The pool training, for me, it's important about the volume. When we talk about the volume, we talk about the resistance in the board. Always I train the people with a surfboard on the water because we don't know the swimmers, we are surfers. And for that we use surfboard special for pool. In the last time in Barcelona when we training on the pool, we make around 3,500 meters per session, and we make different intents because you have to change your intents if you want to win speed, if you want to win resistance.
So
it's different when you make when you have a plan. You have to take care about all things if you want to improve. It's not only swimming, because it's the same if, for example, I run every day 5 kilometers at the same intensity. Maybe, and I'm in a few time, 6 weeks, you have some adaptations and your body don't make nothing to improve if you run always 5 kilometers at the same intensity. You have to change if you want to get in better. In this case, and in surfing, it's the same. For that, we use the pool. And of course, we use the pool too for work about the different techniques when you're pedaling, when you make deep diving, your position in your back, in your knees, in your neck, how you can improve your pedaling, how you can protect your shoulders when you're pedaling.
Very nice.
A lot of things.
Very interesting. And then so now after the pool and the skateboard, what about the facility, the space you have here? What would you focus on?
Well, the focus in the gym, of course, and for me this is very important, is about the strength. The strength program, it's really important for all sports. There are different programs, of course, depend of your sport, and I define one for surfers. Here in Fetch, we have 4 sessions developed for one of cardio, because the cardio is, of course, it's very important for surfers, for make long sessions. Second one is a strength program, because we need to increase our muscles to use for pedaling, for make a pop-up, for protect my articular groups, for move better. Then we have one of mobility and stability, and this is for improve your range mobility and understand what happens in your body when you move different parts of surfing, like a turn, like pop-up, or when you're pedaling. And the last one is for stretching, because you have to take out tension in your muscles. You have to be better on your strength. And what else is this? 4 sessions for our program, especially in the gym.
Okay, so you have came far. I mean, from Canary Islands to Barcelona,
Yeah.
and now in Bali, Indonesia, and focused on surf training instead of general, let's say, PT training. How satisfied are you from the progress you did in your life to be where you are at right now? If you want to give it a number, for example, from 1 to 10. 10, I'm very satisfied. 2, I'm not satisfied at all. How satisfied?
Well, I tried don't put a number, but with my explanation, maybe you can
Yeah.
understand.
Sure.
Always I love surfing. I've surfed passion from the young
Yeah.
time. I have amazing family. I live in a paradise. I have wave every day, and I can work, of course, in my passion. Maybe 10 is not enough to describe my level of
Satisfaction.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Yes.
While coming to this level through the years, what was the most challenging part that came to you? Is it like, for example, to stay focused? Is it to find clients? Is it to what was the most challenging things during this journey?
Well, always my challenge is put the surfing in the place that has to be,
Mm.
like a sport.
Okay.
This is my best challenge, because I remember when I make my first surf lesson, because I have to start one time, of course. I remember when I finished my lesson 2 hours later to start. In this moment, I thought, it's not enough. It's not enough for me. There are a lot of things I don't understand. I don't control. I don't know what's happened. What can I do? And in this moment, I understand it's not enough. And this is my real challenge. Change how the people learn to surfing or introduce in the sport.
So, what did it take you to stay focused and keep on going to do this? Like, did you use any reminders what you want to do? Who helped you, or how did you help yourself stay always focused, consistent until achieve this goal and build this place?
Well, always when I lose the way what I do, I try to make a trip on the time and remember when I start. And our focus in this moment is the same. I want to change the people who learn the surfing, and our ambition is to make something different for this sport. Our focus in Fetch is make a big center, like a high performance center. One of my references is one of the in Canary Island, but it's about the other sport. But it's amazing because they have all things that the people needs to learn the sport in a good way.
That's nice. So, what I'm understanding from what you're saying here is that even though there could have been challenges in the past to go here, you always keep the vision, what you want to do, and remember why you start doing it. So that's what keeps you going all the time, is to have that vision. And this is applicable for both business people and for athletes. Always have a vision and what you want to do, always have that focus.
Well, you have to know I'm a coach, and the different coach or trainer or instructor is about the plan.
Interesting one. Keep going.
Well, when you are a coach, you have to make a plan on this for everything, and this is the same for my life. I have a plan, and always I have to find my plan. Of course, like a plan of a sportman change every week, every month, or every year, but the focus always has to be the same.
I see. Exactly. I completely agree with you on that. Like having a goal or focus, but having also a system and a plan on how to reach that goal.
Always have to be a plan.
Yeah. So how would you define success? If you gotta explain what success means to someone, what will you tell that person what success means?
Well, for me, success is when I help the people to improve his goals or to improve his surfing or something in the life, not only about the job, because all the time talk about the job. And one of the most important part when we training with someone is we became to confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And always when I go to my house and with my wife and my sons, I am success if I keep the goal of the someone of my client, of course.
That's nice. You mentioned confidence. How would you help someone build confidence in himself in his athletic career, for example?
Well, of course, the career of an athlete is we don't talk about only the trainings or the plans. We talk about the tension and the competition and the constants, and it's really hard to become an athlete. And the people to keep to become an athlete, it's about the high force compromise himself about the training every day, training when you don't want a training or when you want to go to with your friends to drink something, or training when I don't know when it's birthday, family birthday, or go to competition in Christmas time, and this type of people needs someone be confident with someone. Of course, you are next to him, and you became his reference or his confidence. And in this kind, you don't want to be confident, but of course, it's part of your work, and you try to help because you understand it's part of your work.
Mm-hmm. So it's a combination of being disciplined, staying away from distractions,
Yeah, sure,
staying focused,
sure.
and then building confidence with the help with someone like a coach or so on.
Yeah.
So you just said now the mental skills that someone need to have. Those are actually basically the mental skills that someone need to have. They are as important as physical training, but sometimes people forget about the importance of them. Mm.
Yeah, I mean the both kind of training, mindful and training, physical training, they have to work together.
Yeah.
If you want to become a real athlete.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there are a lot competition, there are a lot people who want to become professional sportmen, and you have to be the best every day when you're training, when you competition, when you rest, when you use your everything.
Okay. Would you mind telling us a little bit about you when it comes to training? Like, I mean, with this amazing lifestyle that you have now, do you have time also for yourself to train and surf and
Well, now not too much because, of course, we just open our project.
Yeah.
But yes, of course, always I have time to train because sometimes I have 30 minutes for training and it's enough for me. And if I have 1 hour for surfing, it's enough for me. And I try to combine with family time on the weekend. And yes, I have time for
That's
for
nice.
everything.
What do you do for fun?
For fun. Well, for fun, I enjoy a lot when I play with my kids on the pool
That's nice.
because one is 2 years old and one of 4 months, and I enjoy when we can play on the pool and drink something with my wife, with him, I with them. This is real. This is real fun. It's fun times.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So, okay, that has been very interesting. Maybe if you have one last word to say to people who would want to come and train here.
Yeah. Well, for me, it will be a pleasure if someone or everybody who wants to train with us and know our program and feel our passion when we make everything in Fed Surf concept, of course, and enjoy then about the wave in Bali, the climb, the everything.
And you're so people. How can people find you? On Instagram.
On Instagram, we have Fetch Surf Concept.
So it's Fetch FETCH.
Yeah.
Surf Concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a website.
It's the same, vetsurfconcept.com.
.com. Okay. Yeah, so I will put these links on the bottom of this conversation so everyone can find you.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was really nice. Thank you very much for joining this conversation. I look forward actually to try the training with you.
Yeah, of course, you have to try.
I'd like to improve my
Yeah.
surfing as well. I have a focus on, or like I say, go for bigger waves.
Yeah.
And yeah, like to see what I can learn from you to improve that side.
Yeah, sure.